Shemu'el Sheniy, chapter 2. And it came to pass after this, that David inquired of Yahweh, saying, Shall I go up into any of the cities of Yehudah? And Yahweh said unto him, Go up. And David said, Whither shall I go up? And he said, Unto Chevron. So David went up thither, and his 2 women also, Achinoam the Yisraelith, and Abigail Nabal's woman the Carmelite. And his men that were with him did David bring up, every man with his household, and they dwelt in the cities of Chevron. And the men of Yehudah came, and there they anointed David king over the house of Yehudah. And they told David, saying, that the men of Yabesh Gilead were they that buried Shaul. And David sent messengers unto the men of Yabesh Gilead, and said unto them, Blessed be ye of Yahweh, that ye have showed this kindness unto your Adonai, even unto Shaul, and have buried him. And now Yahweh show kindness and truth unto you, and I also will requite you this kindness, because ye have done this thing. Therefore now let your hands be strengthened, and be ye valiant, for your Adonai Shaul is dead, and also the house of Yehudah have anointed me king over them. But Abner the son of Ner, captain of Shaul's host, took Ishbosheth the son of Shaul, and brought him over to Machanaim, and made him king over Gilad, and over the Asherim, and over Yisrael, and over Ephraim, and over Benjamin, and over all Yasharel. Ishbosheth Shaul's son was 40 years old when he began to reign over Yasharel, and reigned 2 years. But the house of Yehudah followed David. And the time that David was king in Chevron over the house of Yehudah was 7 years and 6 months. Yehudah was 7 years and 6 months, and Avner the son of Ner, and the servants of Ishbosheth the son of Shaul, went out from Machanaim to Givon. And Joab the son of Zeruiah, and the servants of David went out, and met together by the pool of Givon, and they sat down, the one on the one side of the pool, and the other on the other side of the pool. And Avner said to Joab, Let the young men now arise and play before us. And Joab said, Let them arise. Then there arose and went over by number 12 of Benjamin, which pertained to Ishbosheth the son of Shaul, and 12 of the servants of David. And they caught every one his fellow by the head, and thrust his sword in his fellow's side, so they fell down together, wherefore that place was called Chelkath-Hatztarim, which is in Givon. And there was a very sore battle that day, and Avner was beaten, and the men of Yesharel before the servants of David. And there were 3 sons of Zeruiah there, Joab, and Avishai, and Asahel, and Asahel was as light of foot as a wild roe. And Asahel pursued after Avner, and in going he turned not to the right hand, nor to the left from following Avner. Then Avner looked behind him, and said, Are you Asahel? And he answered, I am. And Avner said to him, Turn aside to your right hand or to your left, and lay hold on one of the young men, and take his armor. But Asahel would not turn aside from following of him. And Avner said again to Asahel, Turn aside from following me. Wherefore should I smite you to the ground? How then should I hold up my face to Joab your brother? Howbeit he refused to turn aside. Wherefore Avner with the hinder end of the spear smote him under the 5th rib, that the spear came out behind him, and he fell down there and died in the same place. And it came to pass, that as many as came to the place where Asahel fell down and died stood still. Joab also and Abishai pursued after Avner, and the sun went down when they were come to the hill of Ammah, that lies before Giach by the way of the wilderness of Givon. And the children of Benjamin gathered themselves together after Avner, and became one troop, and stood on the top of a hill. Then Avner called to Joab, and said, Shall the sword devour forever? Know you not that it will be bitterness in the latter end? How long shall it be then ere you bid the people return from following their brethren? And Joab said, As Elohim lives, unless you had spoken, surely then in the morning the people had gone up every one from following his brother. So Joab blew a shofar, and all the people stood still, and pursued after Yasharel no more, neither fought they any more. And Avner and his men walked all that night through the plain, and passed over the Yarden, and went through all Bithron, and they came to Machanaim. And Joab returned from following Avner, and when he had gathered all the people together, there David's servants lacked 19 men and Asahel, but the servants of David had smitten of Benjamin, and of Avner's men, so that 360 men died. And they took up Asahel, and buried him in the sepulchre of his father, which was in Beit Lechem. And Joab and his men went all night, and they came to Chevron at break of day,